Well, the push for a negotiated settlement is really one of the cornerstones of American policy here now. And the talks that were being held, or the exploratory talks that were being held in Qatar, were the only development in 10 years of searching for peace here. So the idea that they've been called off is very damaging. Now, the Taliban didn't mention any of the recent events like the massacre or the burning of Qurans in their statements. They blamed the Americans for setting up too many conditions that they refused to accept. We understand that those conditions are disagreements around prison transfers and also the demand that the Taliban speaks to Karzai's government, which the Taliban completely reject.
Ben, as far as the Afghan president telling NATO to leave the country's villages and go back into the big bases, that must also represent something of a blow to the NATO strategy, rather, of transitioning security questions to local Afghan security services, but doing so slowly.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Karzai is famous for making these surprising statements, and I think it's fair to say that at the moment people are still analysing his statement to see exactly what he meant. But if troops have to pull back from the villages to their main bases, that means an end to several of the key strategies which NATO has here. That includes training local defence forces to protect their own villages and roads against the Taliban. Also working side by side, as you say, to train up the Afghan forces so that there can be a measured and planned handover to them by foreign forces.